All right, this is cool. Now, this is the type of teamwork that I've been waiting for, and this is just awesome. But not only that, this is like such a good play, and it's such a substantial move here. So we got spoilers for chapter 1009. And this chapter is straight hype. This might be one of the best chapters of Wano so far, at least the way that it's looking right now, so let's get into it. So the title of this chapter is just straight up hell. And I guess it's playing off of the previous chapter where Kid was like, you know, the two Yonkos standing in front of us. It's like we're in hell, or I'm paraphrasing. You know, he said something like that, and Luffy was like, you know, I've been to hell and back many times, so it's like home territory. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Kinemon and his group meet Orochi face to face. Okay, so that was fast. In the previous chapter, in case you're unaware, it was revealed that Orochi didn't die. Big surprise. A lot of us kind of saw that coming. So I assume they're going to explain in this chapter why he was able to survive. And the leading speculation is because of his devil fruit. I don't think there's any other explanation as to how he was able to survive that, unless there was some kind of ninjutsu trickery with Fukurokuju, who also shows up in this chapter, and we'll get to him. But it's most likely because of his Yamada fruit, the 8-headed serpent thing. You know, if you cut off one, you still have like 7 more. I guess that's why he was able to live. The Red Scabbards defeat Orochi while he is transformed into his Yamato no Orochi form, although it is not known if he is really dead. So yeah, I guess this is kind of moving fast for Oda here. And I'm not mad at it. I think if anything, we should be progressing things along at this point and getting to the real substantial stuff. Not saying Orochi being defeated isn't substantial, but it's already happened, you know? And also, I don't think any of us expected Orochi to be any kind of real powerhouse. I mean, he has an awesome fruit, of course, but he himself is extremely limited. So I'm not surprised that the Scabbards, multiple of them, easily took him out. I'm sure one could solo him with little to no difficulty, I'm assuming, even in his Zoan form. But once again, it says, although it is not shown if he is really dead, this could be a recurring thing where Orochi has to be killed like 8 times or something because of all of his heads. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case here, and we just keep seeing Orochi having this fake death multiple times. And I've seen people say that like Orochi's been built up so much for him to not have a proper ending. I personally thought that Kaido taking him out the way that he did was more than enough for Orochi's true death, or just ending of his character. So next up we get Raizo versus Fukurokuju. I'm pretty sure a lot of us saw this coming as well, considering that Fukurokuju is like a ninjutsu dude, or a ninja, and that's Raizo's whole thing. So it makes sense that was kind of being set up for like ninja versus ninja, and every character more or less, or at least the majority of these characters, are going to have their 15 seconds or I don't know, 2 or 3 pages of this arc dedicated to their big moment. And I guess this is going to be Raizo's. I mean, I don't think it's happening right now, but you know, we're eventually going to get to a point where Raizo very likely defeats Fukurokuju. So now we're cutting over to the Supernovas versus the Yonkos, and Kid is saying, Trafalgar, can't you send one of them away with your ability? That's a fair question. Law says, if I could, I would have done it already. Their hockey is so strong that I cannot move them. Okay, so that's pretty cool, giving us more insight into the limitations of the Ope Ope no Mi. It's not completely busted as to where he can just do whatever he wants with this fruit if you're within the room. And this was kind of implied in Dressrosa when he was going against Doflamingo, because in their multiple exchanges that they had, the audience was probably thinking like, okay, why don't you just do the stuff that you were doing in Punk Hazard to Daffy? And clearly it didn't play out that way, and you know, we were just left to assume that, oh, I guess Daffy's hockey is just so strong, or he himself is just so strong, and the Ope Ope no Mi can only go so far, or at least as far as the user is capable of going. So understandable that Yonkos are too powerful to just be manipulated by the Ope Ope no Mi. And that could mean that like other fruits that have like similar conditions and effects that like the Ope Ope no Mi has, like where if you're in a vicinity of them, or if that it just won't unconditionally affect you if your hockey is just so overwhelmingly powerful. But anyway, Luffy's like, watch out, a big one is coming. Big Mom and Kaido attack at the same time. Zoro stops the attack for a moment and is injured, but the rest manage to dodge it. All right, so it seems like Zoro once again coming in to help out Luffy, and I'm loving this dynamic here, but Zoro is injured by this. I mean, we don't get to see how injured he is, but I'm going to assume it's not too bad because, you know, Zoro has a lot more to do in this arc, I assume. So I'm guessing he's not going to be benched by this. So hopefully this is like a lower level injury than what he took against Killer, aka Kamazo. Luffy attacks Kaido, and Kaido returns the attack by throwing a lightning bolt through his mouth. So the provider of these leaks drew up like a rough draft of what it looks like, and it pretty much just looks like Kaido shooting like a ki blast out of his mouth. Like, think about Nappa, or like I think Raccoon from like Dragon Ball Z when they do that. It's pretty much the same thing. And we knew that Kaido was capable of like a variety of elemental type attacks. So not only fire, but also lightning can come out of his mouth. Law uses shambles to put Zeus in a metal box created by Kid. All right, this is cool. Now this is the type of teamwork that I've been waiting for, and this is just awesome. But not only that, this is like such a good play, and it's such a substantial move here. Like, taking Zeus away from Big Mom is such a help here, and we're gonna see why. Wow, I just love this sequence so much. I can't wait to see how this plays out like on the page. Zoro cuts Prometheus. Killer attacks Napoleon. So Zoro once again, you know, using his fire cutting technique. Killer having his use here, taking out the sword, which is Napoleon, using like his own blades. Thanks to a combined attack from Kid and Law, since she does not have Zeus, Prometheus, and Napoleon, they manage to throw Big Mom out of Onigashima, and she falls into the sea. Wow. Oh my God. Is this really the end of Big Mom? I mean, not death, but just her like being defeated by them? That would be a little too good at this point. But knowing Oda, that's probably not going to be the end of her. You know, maybe Perospero can, I don't know, somehow sense that this is happening, or hear it or see it, and then he goes down there and makes like a candy floating device for her, which he's done before. Or there's some kind of other intervention, because the other Big Mom pirates are still out there somewhere. I don't think they're dead. Maybe they could just Deus Ex their way into this and save Big Mom at the last moment. Or Kaido uses like his cloud abilities to save her, because he still has that going on. I'm sure he can manipulate more than just the clouds that are hovering the island. He can like have one of them save Big Mom or something. It just seems way too good to be true for Big Mom to be defeated this way and this early on, I suppose. But I personally would love it if this is how she's defeated, especially by this awesome combo attack by the Supernovas here. Yeah, that's it for the spoilers. I guess that's where the chapter ends, with Big Mom falling into the sea. That seems like a great way to have a cliffhanger. And apparently there's no break next week. Let me know what you think about these spoilers in the comments. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.